Hello. Just let me know if you can hear me well. Clear. Okay, Ahmed. Ahmed is always there. Thank you, Ahmed. You're always the first one who's like, everything is good. So I'll give it like a couple of minutes. Okay, from next week, I'll add this timer. So I'll add, like, after I go live, I'll have like 5 minutes just music or something before we go live. There's a big fight happening now on Bitcoin. Let's just look at this because I'm in a long. Let's look at this. I'll go to my own trading chart. This is like just to wait for some people to join. There's a big fight happening here. So if I look at this range, just telling you what's happening here. There's a big fight happening here between the bulls and the bears. A big fight. Hamid, hello. Thank you, Ahmed. So there's a big fight happening here. So if I go to this range and I get the volume for this entire range, you will see the point of control is exactly here. So the point of control is exactly here. So let's show you what's happening now on the long time frame. Okay, so here we have a point of control. That means this is the most traded range, the most traded price in this entire range, and there's a big fight happening here. So the bulls trying to claim this as support, because if this is claiming and support, then I will be looking higher, like this area, like back to 39, back to 38. And this is a big fight happening here. So they're trying to reclaim here. I'm long from here, from the weekly. I took profit here and I put my stop under this. So whatever happened, I'm in the stream, I'm good. But there's a big fight happening here. There's a big fight. Anyway, let's start. This was just telling you what's happening on the low time frame. The big fight is happening here behind me. Hi, Basil. Okay. So I'm gonna start with Bitcoin, a little bit update after yesterday's update on YouTube, and then I'm gonna go to XRP because it was asked by the community, and then I will jump into the TradingView kind of introduction to TradingView and charting. Okay, so on the Bitcoin, that's what I was sharing yesterday on YouTube. I gave you the video update. I'm gonna be doing more of this. For next week, expect that I'm gonna do a couple of altcoins, mainly high time frame. Hello, Ali. Mainly high time frame, and yeah, this is good. I'm trying to be sharing at least 2-3 times videos a week on Bitcoin and couple of alts. So what's happening here on Bitcoin? Let's take this here. Okay. So in yesterday's update, I was talking about, I'll go to the low time frame. I was talking about this channel. About this channel. the price went down, get support at the bottom of the channel, swing failed the channel, went down to the CME gap, took the 33K liquidity, price went back up, reclaimed that channel. I took a long here, I closed half of it somewhere here, and then half here, and then I closed it all here because I was emotionally bearish. So, and I regret that. So anyway, the price came to the top of the channel, reject again. I took a short here, and then reject again, and then back up. Where the price came to, this is very important. This I will cover it because I think Ahmed asked me about that. So I'm gonna cover this now, Ahmed, for you. So the price came up, went above the channel, and let's go to the low time frame to see what was happening here. So the price rejected from the channel again, break up, down. I took this short, and then I was stopped out here. Then the price tried to reclaim the channel, but you know, it couldn't reclaim the channel on 15 minutes. But the price rejected exactly from this high. From this high. And that's what Ahmad you asked about. So I think Ahmad or Amjad, one of you asked me about swing failure pattern. So I'm gonna cover this. In general, when we're trading a range or a channel, this is so important. Last week I covered channels. This is so important. A price can come up from the channel, but what you care about is also the previous resistance. So here we had a resistance from here, and even if I go back, there was a resistance in the back. Anyway, the price came back, took all the liquidity here. What I mean by all the liquidity, I'll go to the 5-minute chart. And this is just to answer the swing failure pattern that I was asked about. If you see, we have this line at 39,234, and this was the high from here. So this was the high from here. So imagine most of the shorts that are in short trades in this range, and there was a lot of shorts in this range. The funding rate was negative, so that means there was a lot of shorts coming in at this range. Most of these shorts, their stop losses is above the top of the range, and many of them will put above this high. Why is that? Because you think of it, okay, you will say, okay, if the price break the range and went above this high, that means the price will go up to the resistance. So I'll put my stop loss above this high, above 39K. And what happened is the price came up. First short I took was 39. So first the price came up to 39, took the liquidity from 39 here, and then went down and went back up to this high and couldn't reclaim it. And this is hello Patrick. So this is why I don't know if Ahmad or Amjad asked me about this. How to trade this? So swing failure pattern is you know, is my favorite trade. I missed this trade, by the way, but in general, this is my favorite trade. And how you look at this, if I go to the 1-minute chart, and this is why these trades are very hard, because you need to trade them in a very low time frame. So if I go to the 1 minute, let's say you're thinking about this swing failure pattern. Same thing happened at the 52, if you guys remember, when I was saying I'm looking at swing failure pattern of 52. The price came up. The price came up. The volume on the 1 minute, we had a volume peak up here. And then after this, the volume declined on the 1 minute. And after that, we had a big sell volume. So if you're not looking at XO chart or any order flow, this is enough for you. So price came up on the 1 minute chart, rejected, went down, and it's always a good to take the trade after this. So in this case, the price came back to the Fibonacci 618 on the 1 minute chart. See how well Fibonacci is respected. So the price came above this high, swing failure, took all this liquidity. You see the volume is high on the 1 minute, took all this liquidity. So a lot of short traders were stopped. Price went down, and then there is always a back test on the 1 minute. So the back test can come to the level, can even come above the level, but there's most of the time there's backtest. In this case, the backtest was perfect to the 618. So in this case, what I would say to do is, this is not a financial advice, but let's say you took a short from this, stop above this. Look at the RR. So you're risking 0.38% for potential much lower. So this is why these are the favorite trades, because your stop is very close up here. In general, you don't put your stop above this, you just give it some room, because price can come back up like this and then go down. So that's what you asked me about. So this was a swing failure pattern. If you see, this was a perfect one. On the 1 minute, we get a volume peak, and then the volume declined here. What you want to see, let's say this wasn't a failure pattern, then what you would see is the price went up. Here you see another spike in the volume, the price will go up, and then you will see a back test, and here you want to see another spike in the volume. And in this case, you can take this as a long trade, because it's a very risky one, but you can take this as a long trade, because this is now confirming the breakout and the price go higher. So this is the swing failure pattern that you guys asked me about. I didn't notice this. It was perfectly touched. It was perfect Fibonacci touch. Look how good this was. On the 1 minute chart, the price came up back to the 618 to the dollar, and then rejected, and after that rejected to amazing lows. So after that we have and I missed this trade because it was late, I was sleeping. And after that we get from the 618, so far we got around 5-6%. So this is amazing swing failure pattern. It happened, I think, yeah, it happened. I remember I wasn't there when it happened. I was short from 39 here, and my stop was above this. I took profit here, and then I get stopped out on this. And this is my mistake. I should have put my stop higher. But in general, to be honest, I was bullish, and I was thinking that the Bitcoin will go up to this level. I was looking at the 21 EMA level to be taken, so that didn't happen. I was looking at this level here, around 39,500. I had a short there. So anyway, this is about the swing failure pattern that I was asked about. Now we go back, what's happening here on the Bitcoin chart. So I had here an alert because I was looking for the. So as we said, the price went back to the channel, went down, up, swing failed the highs, and back into the channel. And this was an amazing trade as well. The price came back after the swing failure, came back to the channel, and we had here a mini channel. You know, I talk a lot about channels. We had here a very nice small kind of channel. So the price came back to the channel and then went back up to the top of the channel to the dollar again, and rejected down, 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 down. This happened to the minute of New York Open, and this is Ali likes this. So on New York Open yesterday, the price came up here and rejected. So if you miss this trade, this will be a good trade here. Top of the channel, the stop above this highs, you're risking 1% for potential 5%. So this is a good RR anytime of the day. So what happened next? The price rejected from top of the channel, went down almost to the middle of the channel now. You see here, this is where I took the long from middle of the channel, and we had a weekly level. So we had a weekly level here. What is a weekly level? Last week close and open was 36,270. So this was last week level. Usually a weekly, a monthly, a daily level is a good level for potential scalp if it is untouched. So I took the long from 36,341, so almost here in the middle of the channel. and I took profit because I'm expecting the price to go lower. So if you notice, the price exactly bounced from the weekly and middle of the channel. And now there was a big fight on the POC. Oh no, this is, yeah. So this is the point of control of the entire range, and now the price is fighting here. So this is really, I'm looking at the order book and the market and the flow, and it's a fight. So you're seeing long shorts. There's a big fight here. So all the shorts are trying to short the point of control, because if you short the point of control, you expect the price to go at least to the value area low, so around 35,600. So they're shorts. And the longs are trying to maintain the point of control, because if you maintain the point of control, this will look good in the channel. So in general, you want the point of control to be hold, and then you expect higher to the middle of the channel, around 38,500. So there's a big fight happening here. In yesterday's call, I was saying if this level is broken, which was the high of this one here, because yesterday the fixed range value area high was around 38,100. So I was saying if the price lose this level, it will go lower. And exactly, I said in the video, I'm looking around 36 area for a potential scalp long, which is the middle of the channel, the long I took. And then after that, I'm looking at the 35-ish area. Why this level? So, you know, I follow the liquidity. So we had liquidity here. So I was looking at middle of the channel and maybe take this liquidity and higher. That's why I'm considering this as scalp, because I still think the price will wick down and up. Another level to watch is this level, because we have a lot of liquidity here, and we have the Fibonacci from, if I take the Fibonacci from the low to the high, we have the 618 here. So if the price, not necessarily today, but if the price came back and then came here, that will be good, because first you take the liquidity of these lows, you take the Fibonacci, for sure the price will come here first, and a lot of people will long, and then take all the liquidity, take the 35 liquidity, and then go up. This will be my perfect scenario. And if I see this trade and I manage to take this trade, this will be potential swing trade, at least to the top of the range. Why? Because you took this liquidity, all the people who will long the 618, you will take all their liquidity and go high. So this is pure speculation, but this is a level I'll be watching. So in general, for a swing trade, I'm looking if I saw strength. So here I saw some strength. I took the scalp. I'll be looking at this level to break, and then potentially first there's a good level here. So all these longs, it's good to take all this liquidity and maybe pump up. So around 36,100 to 35,900. This will be also a good level for a potential scalp trade. Another level will be around, I think if the price came to 35,500, I think the price will swing fairly at 35, because there's a lot of liquidity at 35. If the price didn't hold here, then we'll look at the low of the range. If the price didn't hold here, we'll look at the swing failure of this. Price didn't hold, we start looking at the 30K level. Price didn't hold at the 30K, we'll look at the 25. Price didn't hold at 25, we'll look at the 23. So on the upside, if the price managed, same as yesterday, if the price managed to find a low somewhere around 36 or maybe 35 and managed to break these highs, which now it's looking harder, then we'll look at the levels up. So the levels we had yesterday was this range. So first we have this good SR. This is what I was waiting yesterday for, 2 days ago, for a short. So we have this channel. If the price turned bullish and came up here, So we expect this to be resistance. If reclaim here, then we expect the value area low to be resistance. So anywhere up to 42, I expect a big resistance here. I don't know what kind of resistance. This can be a local, a lower high. Yes, it can be a lower high, price go down. This can be a level that maybe reclaim again. Then we look for higher around 44. So these are the level I'm looking at. If the price manage in the coming couple of days to find a low here, go up, I'll be looking at around 40K first, 4,500. Then the biggest resistance is around 42, which is the middle of this channel, the POC, the point of control of this channel, and the 42 psychological level. Reclaim this, then I'll be looking at 43,700 and they may be higher. So this is on the short time frame. Another nice thing I noticed yesterday, which was too late, I was watching YouTube. One of the guys that I like is his technical analysis. So I was talking about this full range yesterday. I was talking about Bitcoin multi-month level range, but there was a range that I missed, which is very good range, which is this. So this is a channel, but this is a upslope channel. So it's not a straight channel. If you see, if I take that channel, let me draw this for you. So if I take that channel from the top to the top and down to this low, you see the price came back to the channel to the dollar and then pumped up. So this was another support of this level. So we had the 33K liquidity grab, we had the CME gap, and we had this nice channel. So if price turn bullish, there's no bullish before you can reclaim this level, which is this high and middle of the channel, which is around 54. Do I think this is happening anytime soon? No, I don't think so. But this is a very nice thing that happened here. Another thing I noticed yesterday on the rejection, and this is something I also missed. If I take a trend line, I'll draw this for you. So if I take a trend line from this high, from the all-time high at 69, connected it with this high at 52. Here where I was telling you I'm looking for a swing failure pattern. I didn't take it, I was on holiday. I hope anyone take it. So if you notice this, rejected from here, and here yesterday is also rejected from here. So yesterday there was multi-confluence here. First you had this swing failure pattern of this high, and you had the trend line. And today we had, or also yesterday we had top of the channel together with the trend line. So this gives you some kind of confluence. I'm not a big fan of trend line because everyone can draw it differently, but in this case it's so easy. I'm just connecting the high to the high, simple, and the trend line is there. So one nice thing as well is, if I look back at the channel that I draw here, so if you see the price is getting so squeezed now, we have this trend line that is bearish trend line and keeping rejecting from the trend line, and we have this support now, support trend line, support. So we have these two trend lines now, and the price will have to make a decision very soon. So in general, these kinds of patterns, they kind of look to be resolved around 75%. So I think somewhere mid-February maximum, or like first week, second week February, this will be resolved. What I mean by resolved, so the price can go like that, but sooner or later the price will have to take a decision. Either break to the above, and this will look good, or break below. So soon decision have to be made. Yes, sometimes price can keep going sideways, but in general, this is a nice what's happening here. So we have this trend line respecting the bearish case, and this new line that's kind of, I think, will try to keep the bullish side. So that's on the Bitcoin. I covered the weekly yesterday. I covered most of the information. So in general, this is the update on Bitcoin. And I see on the low time frame the volume, the point of control is being lost now. If you see, this is the point of control. And this is the daily open. So the price wicked through them, took all the liquidity from here and dumped down. So this will be a good short if you're trading this, if you're scalping this, this will be a good short. So the price came above the daily open, above the point of control, get everyone bullish, took all the liquidity here. What I mean by liquidity is most of the shorts here and here, the stop is above this. Take the stops and then go down. That's for Bitcoin. Hello, Daniel. Ali, New York open and close is super influential from. Yes, it is. It's not only this. Also, I'll show you. Also New York, also London open and Asia open. I'll show you this. In general, New York is usually a bullish one, but yesterday it wasn't. So here I have each session. So this is New York. Yesterday. So this is London open, Asia open, and I'll take you to yesterday what happened on New York open. So that's New York open yesterday. And that's exactly what happened. The price was coming up to the channel, and then New York opened and the liquidity came to the downside. Like massive liquidity to the downside. So yeah, these are important levels in general. And not only that, I'll tell you one more trick is the 4-hour level. So for example, this is something I started recently. So in general, when you have the 4-hour level, so for example, here is a 4 hours. Let me show you that. So this is 12. See, if I go down to the low time frame, after the 4 hours open, price dump. I'll go back to, so there's a lot of volatility usually at 4 hours. Here, after the 4 hours open, in general, you will have a lot of volatility at the 4 hours, especially 12 UTC. So if you back check this, you'll find a lot of local bottoms and local top put on the 4 hours. And I noticed that when the 4-hour candle starts, the price go opposite to the trend and then continue with the trend. So this is something to look at. I'm trying now to study the entire range. I don't know where I had it. Here. I'll go back, look at it. So I was studying the entire range and trying to find the times where, and mostly it's the 4-hour at 12 or 4 p.m. UTC. So this is for Bitcoin. I'll go to XRP now. I'm in short on Atom. I'm in long on Luna. Just for you to know. So I took long on Luna somewhere here. I hope Bitcoin will hold the line. And I have order on Sol, order on Link. My order in Link wasn't hit. I think it was somewhere here. My order on Sol, just for you to know why I'm taking a scalp on Sol. So I'm looking at this Fibonacci from the all-time high and the point of control of the entire range. So my order is, I think, 93 point something. Yeah, Luna, my 47.8, so I'm in profit now, but Sol 93 is my entry. So on the point of control here. XRP army, yes, Ala, XRP army. But now Bitcoin will gonna shit in bed soon. So after losing this. Yeah, Bitcoin lost the point of control and lost the VWAP. So this is not good. So I think we're gonna see the 35,900 level. XRP, USD, XRP. I'm trying to find for you some bullish cases on XRP, but I failed. I miserably failed. So I'll go to the monthly chart on XRP. This is the monthly chart. Pump and dump, pump and dump. So the first bad thing is we have a monthly lower low, monthly lower high. So in general, this is not good. First of all, if I go on the weekly, I know you're a long-term holder, Ala, but just so on the weekly level, we have low. My mouse is slow. We have low, lower low, lower low, lower low, and now we have lower high, lower high, and then we have lower low, lower low, lower low. So it's a massive downtrend even on the weekly. In general, what I'll be looking for. So given that XRP will have some news soon, and everyone is waiting the SEC case, and so I think it will be news driven. What's good about XRP is kind of holding the line. On the BTC chart is not dumping a lot, so it's kind of trying to hold the line. So if I look at the Bitcoin, at XRP Bitcoin chart, you will see that it's not looking as bad as the USD chart because of Bitcoin is dumping, but XRP is trying to hold the line on the BTC chart. So if I find here on the Bitcoin chart, these lows are being held. These lows are being held. I have this channel from a long time ago. So this is an accumulation channel. I will cover it in the USD, but this is a nice accumulation channel. So what I mean by accumulation channel, this is weekly. So price can accumulate, and then when it go up of this channel, price will go like 10x's or more. So this is the good part. BTC chart is kind of holding. USD chart is bearish because Bitcoin is bearish, and when Bitcoin is in this bad mass downtrend, you don't expect alts to hold. So if I take the Fibonacci from the virus dump to the highs in April, it already broke 618, and I'm looking at this level to hold first. I'll add to it more. We have a daily here and then monthly here. So in general, let me give it to you straight. This level should hold on XRP for a potential upside. So what I mean by this level, anywhere between $0.45 up to $5.2. This level should hold for a potential upside. Break this level, and then I'm expecting the lower of the range. So somewhere between $3, $2.5. 0.2253. But for this to happen, we're talking about Bitcoin breaking the 30K and going down to 25, 23. So everything is linked to Bitcoin. At this moment, Bitcoin is on the edge. So if Bitcoin broke the 33 and went down to 30K, broke the 30K and went down to 25, you can see XRP at 25 cents. You can see Ethereum at maybe $1,000 or $1,200 or even lower. So it's all up to Bitcoin now, which is linked to the what's happening in the entire market, not only Bitcoin. So nice thing I saw here is this channel. So this is an accumulation channel. If I look at this channel so from August 2018 or from July 2018, for the entire bear market, for like 3 years, almost 2 years and a half, this was an accumulation pattern, accumulation zone. So what I mean by accumulation, price coming here, swing traded this, and then price holding this channel, accumulation. So bulls are or whales are accumulating here. And then you see the big pump, and now it's back to the channel. In general, you want the accumulation channel to hold. So you want this channel to hold. That's why I'm saying this level is very important. This entire level is very important to hold. Because breaking this level and close weeklies above this level, then you start to go back into the same accumulation channel. Then why not, if the price came back the weekly, why not expect middle of the channel or even low of the channel? This can happen, especially if Bitcoin go to a multi-month, multi-year bear market. So as long, I can say one thing, as long as this channel is holding on the weekly level, yeah, I can see potential higher for XRP. So I can see potential higher. If this level is broken or this channel is broken and the price went down in the channel, there is no, the price can easily come to middle of the channel or low of the channel. Or we can do that. So the price can come 0.44. So I can say this, as long as the price holding these lows, like 0.48 up to 0.44, still good. But breaking these, I'll be really looking for much lower, maybe 20 cent XRP. There is not much bullish case to say here. So this is for XRP. I'm gonna go into TradingView now. Are you ready for TradingView? And most of you already use TradingView. So here I have a new chart, clean. There's nothing. I just put Bitcoin for you to know, and I'm gonna go through this, explaining this. So let's go step by step. So first, why I use TradingView? In general, TradingView is a very good software. First, they have a free subscription, so you don't need to pay for TradingView. You can have access to all your charts, to stock, to crypto. Most of the charts, you can find them here. You can find currencies. Let's see. So you can find bonds, index, crypto, forex, futures, stocks. You can find most of the charts on TradingView, which is very good. Second, you don't need to pay for it. You can use the free, and you have great facilities on the free. Yes, you can't have many indicators, but you don't need that. So TradingView is good for this case. I advise everyone to start TradingView and just use a free account. You don't really need a paid subscription. So what do we have here on TradingView? Let me just, oh, I didn't record this. Let me record this. So here we have TradingView. So as I said, TradingView is a good software. It has all the futures, stocks, forex, crypto, index, bonds. How to get these? You simply come here and you will have all, or you have stocks. In this case, let's say any, that's Amazon. You have futures, you have forex, crypto, index, bond. You have all the charts available in TradingView. It's a free software. You don't have to pay for it. If you start using it more frequently and you need more indicators, more alerts, then yes, you might need the paid subscription. But at first, you can do it free. You can practice free. So what do we have here? First, we have where you can choose what you want. Let's say Ethereum. I go to crypto and I have here all the Ethereum. So I have Ethereum, let's say Ethereum BTC. So here I have Ethereum Bitcoin on Binance, Coinbase, Bitfinex, Bitstamp, Polynex. You can choose the exchange you want as well. Not only the exchange you trade on. It's always good to chart on the exchange you use. So let's say you want, I don't know, cake. Cake is, I like it, Cheesecake Factory in NASDAQ. So this is the stock. If I put cake on all, I'll get all of them. I get the Cheesecake Factory and I get Binance pancake swap. So they're both called cake. This is cake in crypto, which is pancake swap, and this is cake in stock market, which is Cheesecake Factory. So this is the first. Then we have the time frame. And here you need the most time frames that you use. When I'm scalping, I use 1 minute or 5 minutes to look at the chart. And in the intraday, I use 1 hour or 4 hours. Then the macro, I use daily, 2-day, 5-day, weekly, or monthly. I have them here to fast access them. You can always go here and choose what time frame you want. You can simply click the star here. That will be your favorite time frame. So, for example, I remove this because I don't use I don't use the 3 hours. So these are the time frames you just make it favorite and it will appear here. So you can easily run between them, because sometimes you're looking at the 1 minute chart, what's happening. Okay, let me see on the 5 minutes chart what's happening. So this is the time frame. Then we have here the candlestick type. So at the moment I'm using the standard, which is the Japanese candlestick. I'll have another separate stream talking about candlesticks, but usually this is the most used, which is the Japanese candlestick. I think is a very old candlestick. So this shows you, this is the daily, this shows you daily open, daily high, daily close, daily low. So simply where the price started, where the price closed. Let me go to the 4 hours. 4 hours, this 4 hour opened at 36,700, closed here. The next one opened after the close, and now we are in this 4 hour candle. Here you have different type of candlesticks so I use mainly candlestick, I use Heikin-Ashi, and sometimes line chart. Line chart is good to show you the trend, for example. This is kind of easy to read because that's it. It just show you a line. And look at the Bitcoin chart. Look how ugly it is. It's in a massive downtrend. Low, high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Even now we're expecting 40K. It couldn't even make a rally to the 40K level. So line chart is good if you're looking at trend. This is most of the time I look at it to look at trend, but in general I don't use this. I use mainly Japanese. I use sometimes Heikin-Ashi, which is another nice tool. So Heikin-Ashi candlestick, I'll go through this later, but the open is not from the actual open. The open is from the average between the open and the close. So the daily opened here, closed here. The average is the open of the candle. So that's how the price is calculated, based on the average of the previous prices. Why I use this? To control my emotions. So if I go to the 5 minutes, when I took this long from here, if I look at the normal candlestick, sometimes I see, like for example, now here, you see 2 green candles. You feel bullish, but if I go to the Heikin-Ashi, this is only 1 green because it's calculating the average. So this is a little bit complicated, but I use Heikin-Ashi when I'm scalping just to control my emotions, because if I'm in a scalp trade and I see a couple of red candles, let's say I'm in long here and then I saw this rejection, I'll feel like, oh my God, this price will drop down, so I go out of my trade. But when I use Heikin-Ashi, I don't see a red candle here. Actually, it was green because it calculates the average of the price before. So on the Heikin-Ashi, this was continuation. Sorry. This was continuation, so nothing scary here. So in general, these are the different charts you use. I use mainly these. I know a lot of people who use, no, not this one. They use bars. So this is the same. This is the open, and then this is the high. But they use this because also it controls emotion, because it doesn't have like strong colors that makes you emotionally scared or emotionally involved. After that, I'll come to this later. Now I'll come to this side of the chart. Before I reach this, let's look at this. So Here you can change the settings. If you notice my actual chart, it's red and green. Here are different colors. So are the standard colors. And then you can come to settings and you can change the color. So let's say the body. Body is this entire thing. So I want the body to be blue. See, the body is blue. And I want, instead of the red, when it's down, I want it yellow. So this is, you can change the colors here to whatever you want. You go play with this. You can have different things. You can change the colors. You can change the wick color, just the wick. You can have the last price, which is here, this one. You can change it. You can change the color here. You play with the colors. You can change the scale. I'm not going to go through everything of this. If you have any questions, ask me in the Discord or WhatsApp and I'll answer you. But in general, you can play with these. Now kind of the most important part that you're waiting for, which is this section of the chart. So this is your charting tool. Let's start with this one. Here we have trend line. If you notice, I use mostly trend line, ray, horizontal, parallel channel. So when I have them as favorite, they will come in this. So this is your favorite charting tool. So rather than going here and choosing, I have them all here. So my favorite that I use the most are here. So this toolbar, I can always have it around. So you can go here, choose which is your favorite tool. So what is a trend line? Let's look at the trend line. Let's take an example here. Let's say now we're looking at 30 minutes chart. Do we have any trend? I'm trying to find a nice trend line to explain. Yeah, let's look at this. So we draw a trend line from this point to this point. So this is a trend line. If I press here, settings, I can change the settings of the trend line. Okay. So I can change the color of the trend line. I can write a text on the trend line. Oops. Trend line. See, now I write the text here. And I have saved, usually I have them saved. So whenever you want a template that you use a lot, you come here and you save it as a template. What I mean by that, if in this case, if I come here and I have a high time frame, which is usually dark. Then I have low, medium. This is what I usually use for my trend line. So this is a very low time frame. So I have a trend line. You can play around. You can have it extended. So this will be a full trend line. You can have it extended to the left. And then, so next time you draw this, if you have it extended, for example, here a trend line, see, then you have that. So that's a trend line. For example, I can have a trend line here. So let's say now we expect if the price came up here to be rejected from this trend line. And if I take horizontal line, so this is just a horizontal line, and I put it here, this is the high. So maybe I'll be thinking, okay, now I have this trend line and this trend and this horizontal. So if the price came up here, I expect it to be rejected. So this is how we use these tools. So this straightforward, you have trend line, I use the most. Arrow is just similar with an arrow, so it's not like something much different. They're almost all the same if you change the specs. Ray is so it starts and continue. You can do the same thing with the trend line if you extend. Horizontal line, I use them a lot. If you notice there, when I said we had a weekly level, I said we have a weekly level here on Bitcoin. So how I draw my weekly level, I came down here, I use horizontal ray. I come to this level and I draw a line, and I have in my templates weekly. So I just press weekly and it writes here weekly. So now I know this is a weekly level. So I have as well a monthly, and I have the SFP, swing failure pattern. If you notice, most of my swing failure pattern, you see this dark blue. That's what I use personally for swing failure pattern. So this is the horizontal ray. Horizontal line is kind of the same, but it's just full line. So full line. Horizontal ray is just from where you choose the price to the right. So this is the not much difference of these lines. So you can play with them. There's almost all the same. Then we have the parallel channel, which is simply, let's see if we have any channel here. So let's say we want to trade the 50 minutes chart. Okay, now we're having kind of a channel here. So if I have to draw this is even in the 5 minutes it will be. Let's say here. It's lagging a lot. Sorry. So this is a channel above here. So that's a channel. You can change the colors, you can add everything. I have templates just by colors: blue, fuchsia, green, white, whatever color I choose. And then you can extend right, extend left, and then it will be a full channel. So as simple, you have the middle of the channel, top of the channel, low of the channel. You can change the style of any of them. This, if you see, I press this one. This is a very good tool, which is the magnet. Once I press the magnet, what the difference is, once I press the magnet, let me take a horizontal. Once I press the magnet, if I get here, automatically it comes on the top of this. See? So you don't need to make it to the dollar. If I remove this, then it's a magnet. So I need to make sure it is on the exact level. But if I put the magnet, automatically it will give me the level. So let's say 1 hour. And this is a very nice tool. The magnet is a very nice tool. My life was changed after I learned this. So let's say you want to put a horizontal ray on the close, not on the wick, on the close. So you get it here, automatically it will magnet to this. See, I'm moving it, it doesn't move. So it's automatically there. Let's say you want to do another one on the wick. You come close to it, it automatically gives you the wick. So this is a very good tool. You can have it strong, or weak magnet. I use the weak magnet. So this is this kind of this area. Anchor VWAP, I use it a lot, but this is like a volume related. It's too, I mean, I have to do, in the future we'll talk about volume and we can cover this. So these are the most that I use in this chart, in this part. Here, if you notice, I have the Fib retracement, I have the pitchfork, I have the Fibonacci channel, speed fan. These are my only highlight. You have Fibonacci circle. I never used it. I don't know anything about it. I know people that use it, but I never used it. So let's go with the main things that I use, that the most useful one. Let's take the Fibonacci retracement. Let's talk about what do we expect. If you're familiar with Fibonacci, this is how the original is. So this is the original, how it usually is. So the 0 is where the level starts, and the 1 is the top. Sorry, in this case, it's a Fibonacci retracement. So this is the 0, this is the 1. You can change the colors, you can add different Fibonacci, but these are the standard ones. The most one you see is the 618, 786, 618 is the most, and this is called the golden pocket. So between 618 and 0.66 is the golden pocket. You can change the background, let's say no background, let's extend the line. So here we have the Fibonacci. If you noticed, let me give you an example. So before the price reached here, it jumped up, it went back to the 382, bounced again 382, 382, and went up. 382 is a good level in a strong uptrend. You expect the price to retrace only to the 382. In general, I use 382 and 618. I don't like the 0.5. So in this case, the price lost the 382. That's why I was saying it's good if the price came down here, took the liquidity, bounced from the 618. This is the 618. Bounce from, take the liquidity, bounce here, take all this liquidity and then up. This will be nice to see. So this is the Fibonacci. You can change them. You can change the style. Let's say you can have the labels on the right, on the top. So the labels are here. So you can change whatever you want. And then you can save the templates. So in this case, I have my own templates. So this is the most template I use, which is same. I have 0, 1, I have 283, but if you noticed, I have the golden pocket. It's the most visible. So I have the 0.5 in blue, I have the 38 and the 76. And this was the most visible. Sometimes when I'm traded very low time frame, I only care about the golden pocket. I'll give you an example. Let's go back to this case I was talking about, the swing failure pattern of this highs yesterday. So this on the 1 minute chart. So if I take this fib to this fib, I prefer to use this one. So this, in my own style, this will have only the golden pocket. If you notice here, the price went up, touched the golden pocket and dropped down. So you can change, you can save whatever you want. Sometimes I have it orange, which means I have them all lines. I have different style. I have these. So I'm not gonna go through all of them, but you get the point. We have Pitchfork is too early, but these are tools you can play with, but I have to go through them. A Fib channel is a good tool that I use also, but this I use mainly on the high time frame just to get an idea, which is a channel, a normal channel, but this is a Fibonacci channel. So this will show you the different channel, but the Fibonacci. So from this low to this high, this is the line of the 0.2. This is the line. If you noticed, I put it before here because for me this was the high. This was a swing failure after the Coinbase IPO. So if you notice, this channel was respected very nice. So this high, this high, this high, and here it was touched, but then it lost the channel. So this channel is lost, and that's why I became so bearish here when I lost this entire channel. So this Fibonacci channel. These you have simply a brush tool. This is a normal tool where you can do brush, paint, you can have a rectangle, same thing. You can change the colors. In this case, I have them template. So I have the red, which for me, if you follow my charts, red means resistance, green means support. You have circle, triangle. Triangle is good. I don't draw it, but usually triangle, if you have a, so this is a ascending triangle, whatever triangle you want, you can draw them. Arc, I draw it sometimes for you, which is mainly for a cup and handle. So this is the cup. These are patterns, but I don't use them in crypto much. So you see this a lot in stock market and even in crypto. It's called cup and handle. So there's different type of arcs. Here you have text. I rarely use this because I don't use text. Mainly, most of the text I use are part of the lines. So I use the lines with the text. So I'll have the line, automatically I have a text on it, so which is here. But these are straightforward. These are Elliott wave theory, and I don't use them. I don't know Elliott wave. Hopefully after I finish studying the order flow and a couple of other things, I can study Elliott wave, but this is a completely different scenario. You have the head and shoulder pattern, but you don't really need to draw it. It's like you can draw it, but you don't really need. So head, let's do it on Bitcoin. We have a very nice head and shoulder here. Left shoulder, head. This was supposed to be right shoulder. So this is a head and shoulder pattern. You don't really need to draw it. All you care about of head shoulder is where is the bottom and when it breaks. These are very useful tools. So this is useful because of this long and short position. So let's take a case. Let's say we want to build a trading plan for us. Let's say we want to long this Fibonacci. So let's say you want to long the 618. OCD. Let's say you want to long the 618. So let's say what we mean by make a trading plan. So what is the plan? The plan is we're thinking that, you know what, we want price to go down, take this liquidity, bounce from the 618. Okay. So where's our stop? Let's see. So if the idea is take this liquidity, take 618 and bounce, then anywhere here can be our invalidation. Let's say maybe the price will go take the 35 and then go up. So I'll put my stop at 34,700, 600. So that will be my long. I'm longing here. And my stop, let's say under the 718 here. So this tool, I'll go back to choose it. So this is the long tool, long position. I want to long after this liquidity here. Oh, the price 35,300, you know, looking at previous way Bitcoin love to take liquidity, maybe it will take the 35 liquidity. So you know what? I'll put my order at 34,935. And if the price drop under this low, I want to be out. So now this is my potential. What I'm looking for, I'm looking to take profit at the top of the channel here. So this will help me to see my RR, my risk to reward. So in this case, I'm risking 3% for potential 11%. So I'm talking about 3.4 RR, which is a very good trade. This is actually a valid trade, by the way. This is not a financial advice. I don't take trade before looking, but this is a valid trade. Because what we have here, we're building an idea. So my idea is, my system is so slow. So my idea is price go down to these levels, bounce, back down, take all this liquidity, bounce from the 618, people get excited, long, take all these guys, hit my order and go up. So this is my idea. If this happened, that will be my long. My short, my stop loss under the 768. Why under this? Because if the price went all the way down here, I don't expect it to go up. I'm expecting it to take at least these lows, if not lower. So this will be my intraday. If it's a swing trade, I should put my low under this. But that doesn't give me a potential good trade unless I'm looking for a swing trade. Then this will be potentially good. So this is why I use this tool. This is a very good tool to help you visualize your RR. Same thing you can do for the short. So if you want to take the short from this highs and stop here, by the way, this should be a trade that I put it in the system because it's a simple trade. Take these highs. If the price came back to this, I'm out and I'm looking for the middle of the channel. So this was a trade yesterday. Yesterday, this was an obvious trade. You take this highs, you're risking 2% for potential 6%, and you get it. So this is the short trade. This is what mainly I use. You can have this price range, just show you the price. You can have date. This one I use a lot. When I tell you, oh, Bitcoin's been consolidating since hours, I just use this and it shows me that Bitcoin has been consolidating since 12 days in this range. So it shows me the details here. What's the volume? What's the range? This is the fixed range. This is the volume. This is, you see, I use it a lot in range trading. So I'll explain it fast, but we're gonna go through a separate stream for this. So let's say you identified this range, which I identified since last week. I'm talking about this range. So this is the range. I get the fixed tool, shows me all the volume from since the price came in the range till now. So this shows me all the volume. And you can tweak it. You can tweak it. This is the way I use it. So this shows all the volume. What means by all the volume? So every single volume here is statistically done here. And what we care about POC. You see this line? This is called point of control. If you see this, this is what the most traded volume. So if I go back here, so if you see at this price is the most volume, that means the most trades happened at this price. This is called the point of control. Why you expect this a strong resistance, strong support? Because most of the trade happened at this level. So most of the people who want to get out of the trade, they want to get out here. Even if they're short, they want to get out, or long, they want to get out at break even, they get out here. Many traders look at this as, if you're under it, this is a resistance. If you're above it, this is support. So that's what I was saying at the first of the stream. There's a big battle here. Reclaim this, get 1 hour close above this, and then I look at this level. So in general, this is the fixed range that we'll be using a lot in the range trading, especially in range trading. This is very good. Here you just have some useless stuff. You can put a heart. For Bitcoin, we don't want to put a heart because, yeah, everything. Another thing I use, which you see me use a lot, is the ruler. And this is simply, you can check anything. So you can just check here. And it disappears. So I want to see, oh, how much bounce we get. Oh, we got at this range, we already got from the low of the range to top of the range, we got $6,000, 17%. So it shows you statistics. We don't use this, just remove all my charting. So sometimes when I'm looking, I don't want to see charting like this one. Look at this. This is a mess. So you put this and things are clear now. So this remove the charting, and this one delete all my charting. So this is almost everything you need to know about this section. On this side, you have your list, and here you can add. So here I have Bitcoin. You can simply add. Now I'm adding Cardano USD on Binance. So this is Cardano USDT. I add it. It comes here. I usually have different colors. Usually red for me, I'm in his future trade. Blue, I'm watch list. Green, I'm in a spot trade. So it depends how you do it. So if you come here to my list, you see different colors. I know this is, I am in a future long. I am in a future long. This one is not future long. So this should be green spot. This is, I'm in future short. I'm in a future long. This one, for me, violet, that means I have an order in the book. It's not filled yet. So you can use these, what you want. With time, you'll get better with it. And this is the most important, which is all your charting tool. So if you come here, let's say Cardano, you come to Cardano USD. If I go here, you see all my charting tool. So you see this is a mess now. The Bitcoin here is a mess, but this is not how I do it. So I just remove everything. I have separate things when I'll be looking at. But here I was charting before the call, so that's it. I have a local that shows me the local ranges, which is the top of the channel. So this is very important. Let's say, and this one, it will help you in the charting because it makes everything easy. So I was looking at ADA BTC earlier. So if I want to check what's happening here, I usually have these levels. So what do I have here? I look at the high time frame. Oh, I have daily here. For me, this wasn't tapped, so this will be a good potential long, but not alone. What do I have more? I look at my fib. So this is fib full. I have the 618 was tapped nicely, so this is a good level. I have, so I have this trend line now. It was respected, and now two days ago it was respected. So I have a monthly level with this. So this was good. For me personally, I'll be considering maybe taking a long if this was tapped, because it will be good. Take this liquidity, tap this daily and up, and that will give me a good. I'm just practicing. I'm not taking this trade. I'm just showing you. That will give me a good RR because I will long here, and my stop will be under this. So I'm risking 2% for a potential at least 10%. So this is a good trade. That's how you use these tools. In this case, I have this. What do I have more? Fixed range. Oh, okay. So here I had a point of control. If I take this entire drop volume, this is the point of control. And this is something important I was saying about Cardano. If this was a massive downtrend, look, we had, since the downtrend started till we reached this range, we had 91 days till here, and in the range we have 63 days. So, and if I put the volume here, you see the most traded price was this here, because we're spending a lot of time in this range. What that means for me, it means there's a potential bottoming action happening here. And that's what I was saying a couple of weeks ago. I think there's a potential bottoming action on Cardano. If you remember, I was talking about this and this at this area here in December. I was saying there's a potential bottoming action, and then in January, because the price now is going sideways here. So I will not go through this, but this is kind of, I'm seeing an accumulation pattern here. I know I'm bullish on Cardano in general, but not bullish anymore. So this is kind of accumulation pattern. So if you see price accumulate, that's call it the first pump up, and then accumulate, and then this will be very good to see. Breaking this, and then much lower. So that's it. Most important, keep everything organized. It takes time. With time, you'll get better in this. What do we have more? Actually, mainly that's it. And one more thing I will add is the alerts. So you see me putting some alerts. Let's go back to what we were saying. We wanted to long this Fibonacci. So we wanted to long this Fibonacci, but I don't want to wait here for it. I want to see the price go down, and let's say I want to watch it. I want to see good volume, but I don't want to sit on my screen. So I do this, add alert every time, and I want when the price drop under 35 to 100, I want to know. So now when the price drop under this, I get alert. If you have the app on your phone, you'll get alert on the phone. And this different tricks. You can have it. This one I sleep, I put it 1 minute. That's why I tell you sometimes I wake up. Imagine listening to this for 1 minute non-stop. So I wake up usually to this from my bedroom, and I get an alert on my phone. So you can put alert. This is very important. In general, this is kind of intro. So play with it, look at it, and ask me anything you want to know. Other than that, I'm happy with your questions. I'm not bullish on Cardano. I am kind of bullish on Cardano, but given what Bitcoin's happened, but in general, I'm kind of, I still hold a lot of Cardano staking. So I am kind of bullish on Cardano because this is the time to be bullish where the price is maybe putting a bottom. Fundamentals, they're good. I mean, they're slow in the DEXs, but the DEXs are doing good. They're not, people want everything to happen so fast. But in general, I'm liking the charts of Cardano Bitcoin. This for me is accumulation. Volume doesn't support a lot, but I would want to see volume spike here, then down. So this kind of, if you see, we're talking here, there was accumulation. So this accumulation can go on for months and months and months and months before the pump up, especially if Bitcoin spend months here. So in general, I'm good. Fundamentals, no, I still think Cardano have the best fundamentals. This is Kadana, something like that, right, Amjad? So, Bittrex. Wow. When I talk about accumulation, this was a nice accumulation. So this was an accumulation range. Every crypto was an accumulation at this time, but this was an accumulation zone. Everything was an accumulation. This is not 2018. So this was a nice. This is what I'm telling you. I'm seeing something similar on Cardano and maybe XRP if it didn't go under this. So just to show you here. So the price was in this range. Back up a little bit, which is fine, down to the range, up, and then after the accumulation, you see massive. The more accumulation, the more strong the uptrend is. Let's look at this here. Oh my God. If I'll tell you fast right away, I'll say this is going lower, but I don't know what Bitcoin will do, but I think this is going lower. I mean, it lost the last line of defense, and on this Amjad, something important I always say. If the price came up from here, let's look at this. See, I'm using this tool now. I want to see the price came up from here to here. The price came up to 100% in 6 days. So now it's going into this. I expect it to go down in 6 days. So this is the issue. This is the issue with going up fast. You expect to go down fast. So most of the volume traded down. I don't know, are you in a long or are you in a short or are you thinking too long or just to, because for me, if looking at this, okay, the volume is very low, which is, you see the only spikes in volume is happening on the selling side. Here, the spike in volume, but here the selling side. Only spike in volume you see is on the sell side. You don't see any spike in volume on the buy side. Not even, let's see the 4 hours. It's like there's nothing. You have some buying here, but this kind of look like Bitcoin now, trying to find a low here, a higher low. So I would say as long as you hold these here, it's fine, but I'll go. Yeah, you want to hold this level around 4.8. Let me see if there's any moving average here. Oops. The issue is with this Amjad, if you bought at around 8, so if you bought around 8, the issue is even if this make a higher low here, this is a very strong resistance area now. So you bought support because you bought this, so this was support above the 200. So this was not a bad buy, to be honest, because it's kind of was support. It was the 718. Yes, it wasn't bad, but the issue is, this is why you always have stop loss. If you had a stop loss under the 200, so after the daily close under the 200 EMA, you went out, you would be saved yourself. Anyway, for now, I mean, I don't think Bitcoin is gonna break from here to 23 or 25 right from here. I really think Bitcoin should bounce. I'm not trading off that, but I think Bitcoin can go around, but it will not break down so fast unless things are really bad, and this will follow Bitcoin. So if this can hold these levels, yeah, I think you can go out break even or a little bit more. So let me go to the low time frame to see what's happening. I think it's like Bitcoin is gonna bounce soon. So if Bitcoin is gonna bounce here, this will bounce. I don't think it's, if you're already in a trade, I think I will hold a little bit, because from here to here, 16%. This is why I don't like these alts. Based on Bitcoin, and I think Bitcoin is gonna spend some time sideways and then gonna go up to 40 or 42, 45. This will have a chance to go up. And given this an alt, it will go up massively. So I really can't say. If I am in a trade, I would have been out already. I'm out of all my alt trades. I only hold Cardano, Ethereum, and Bitcoin now. But if I was in my alt here, I mean, if I have to follow my rules, I will cut my trade always. I would have cut it here, back here. But now you're making me feel like a couple of months, a couple of years ago. Yeah, I would wait to see what Bitcoin will do. If Bitcoin break the 35 and start closing dailies under the 35, I will jump out of the trade. If Bitcoin maintain, I think this have a chance to maintain and go back up, because there's no volume here, so any buy volume will be good. Problem is everything will follow Bitcoin now. But we're not talking about all-time high. All what we're talking about to cut your loss. So rather than losing 10-15%, I will start to scale out from here. So next time you look at Bitcoin and start thinking, so in this case, where's the resistance now? So let's look at the resistance level. So we have this resistance, $382. We have the 618 here where you bought, and we have 500. So I would start scaling out when prices reach here. And this is the massive resistance now. It was support. But I'm trying to say, if you're holding it for more, don't try to wait to make profit. Think of it that any out here or here, that's profit for you, because you managed to save yourself 20-30%. I'm looking here, Bitcoin still holding. I'm shocked I'm still in my long. I was expecting this scalp to be stopped out. It's not. Anyway, guys, my voice is disappearing. Anything more before I go? Okay, no more questions. You're welcome, Amjad, anytime. So I would say play with TradingView, go through what I said. If you have any questions, drop me in Discord or on WhatsApp. And if you would want to go more deep, I'm happy to make a stream sometime next week before this unofficial stream where I can answer questions about TradingView. This was a fast overlook, but I think go through it more deep. And we can have a stream sometime next week if you want. In the meantime, hopefully by Monday, Tuesday, I'll be dropping a couple of alt videos, mainly the top alts. I'll be doing mainly Ethereum, Cardano, Luna, blah blah blah. So I will do high time frame levels because I think in these times there's very good interest now. If Bitcoin will go sideways down from here, there will be good buying opportunities for alts. So I will do some high time frame levels. Till then, thank you so much. Have a good night and see you next week.